Hello, and welcome to the Don't believe him. Hello, and welcome to the Illuminati. The rap Illuminati.
Have you ever been hated or discriminated against? I have. I've been protested and demonstrated against. Picket signs for my wicked rhymes. Look at the time. Sick as a mind of the motherfucking kids left behind. All these commotions, emotions, and deep as oceans exploding. Tempers flaring from parents. Just blow them off and keep going. Not taking nothing from going.
You are not Eminem, bro.
Dude, I know that was that entire song.
Yeah.
I think I'm like one verse short of knowing the entire fucking song. Yeah.
You're not from Detroit.
From Chicago. I'm just as fucking bad.
Alright, hello. Welcome to 10-7 Off Duty Podcast. My name is Andrew Straley, EMTP, the pussy magnet.
Yeah, that's what we'll go with.
And with me is Clyde.
Hey.
Technically,
You're right, your potato cat does attack your feet every episode.
yes. But technically, if you count the amount of births that I have, that would make me the pussy magnet.
I don't believe you.
Hey man, I've already birthed 3.
I don't believe you.
And
I don't
all the
believe.
pediatrics, apparently, for some reason.
Don't believe you. So what you're saying is you are single-handedly responsible for the youngest generation in our city.
No.
Yep, you
No.
are. I heard you, and everybody else heard you.
Because if I'm
Or we're recording
personally responsible for the entire generation, youngest generation, I might as well just start a pistol right now. Because everybody is fucking dumb.
What was it? I read one of those text message conversations somebody had taken screenshots of and uploaded them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this dude telling his brother that he and his girl were having another kid. And he's like, "What? Are you shitting me? Why?" He's like, "What are you talking about? Why?" And he's like, "Dude, seriously, what are you guys doing over there?" And he's like, "Well, we're fucking." He's like, "Obviously, I was stoked." No, how do you say? He's like, "Obviously, Jesus Christ, man, learn how to pull out." And he's like, "Man, what are you talking about? I used to be so excited when you'd hang out with your niece and nephews." He's like, "I used to be. Now I got 2 nephews and 3 nieces. I used to be really excited when there was like 1 or 2." And he's like, "Man, you used to be such a good uncle. Like, you would take them to the mall with you to help them pick up girls. You remember that?" And he's like, "Yeah. And now that there are 4 and 5 of them, girls won't even look me in the eye. They're like, man, that man can't even pull money out the ATM. His pull-out game is weak."
Well, welcome everybody back. This is episode 40. Yes, that's right. 40.
No shit.
16 more, and we've been doing this a year. Why? I don't fucking know. But thanks. Appreciate you. Sorry last week's was late. I had it
Wait,
to auto
how many more?
It's 56 weeks in a year, bro. I said 16.
52 weeks in a year.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ,
It's
man.
a leap year. Fuck off.
Jesus Christ, man.
There is
And
52 weeks.
It's not a leap year.
Fuck my life. All right, then. Never mind. Anyway.
12 weeks. Right? We got 3 more months.
Right.
Shit, we've been doing this for 9 months. Well, you have.
Well, I said that a couple of episodes ago because we could have had a baby. Remember?
Yeah, well, now it's official 9 months.
Remember? Well, thank you guys. Welcome back. We appreciate it. We have not
That's going to be another t-shirt. Just remember, there are 56 weeks in a year.
in EMS, it feels like it. Years go longer. Beards get longer. I feel like old man time. Like, what decade is this? Are we in 2023 now? Fuck. What the hell? The worst part is I can't keep track of days. Especially being off work, because days don't matter. It's kind of like, whose line is it anyway? The days are made up and the points don't matter. I had an interview today.
Hey, did you?
I did.
You didn't tell me about that.
Yeah, I had an interview today for another plasma center in the town that we live in, so I wouldn't be driving an hour.
Really?
Yeah. It's amazing how shitty it can get between an hour away.
Yeah.
Because
Well, you got to figure ours is located right in the middle of the ghetto. Like, seriously, there's the projects on one side and the housing district on the other side.
Yeah.
There's a free clinic across the street.
Yeah. I walked in and looked around and I was like, this looks like the public health department here. There's bland seats, old flooring. Everything's beige.
Let's put it this way.
Fuck.
You want to know how poor that neighborhood is? How crappy that neighborhood is? Walgreens was built and closed down in the amount of time I've lived there.
Yep. And when I was working the streets
16 years.
When I was working the streets in that town, I was so sad when Walgreens closed because that's where I would go get my snacks. My health food.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess it is right on the main road.
Pringles salt and vinegar chips and Coke Zero. Health food.
And literally right on the main road because, I mean, it's on Main.
Yeah. Located between Main and Water.
Yeah.
The two main roads, both one way. My favorite was whenever I'd see somebody go the wrong way down that road.
I did that once.
Did you?
I'm glad it was like 3:30 in the morning and nobody was out.
How much did you have to drink?
Nothing. I just hadn't been to sleep in like 2 days when I was taking a friend of mine home.
Nice.
Yeah, she didn't say a fucking word to me.
Of course not.
No, she saw me turn on the road. She kind of looked at me and she's like, never mind.
Whatever.
I'm like, what? And she's like, I'm just kind of curious where you're going.
Taking a shortcut, fucker.
Like, I'm taking you home. And she's like, but we're on the wrong road. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean we're on the wrong? Oh, God!
Headlights!
3 lanes of traffic all coming at me. Like, this is not here a second ago.
Honk, honk. I did that once in the capital because downtown in the capital of Illinois, there are...
That place is set up like a fucking maze, man.
Every single road is a one-way, either east or west.
Yep.
Now, what happened to me, well, and the worst thing is there are also 2 sets of train tracks within the east and west roads. So I made a right-hand turn going somewhere, and I'm sitting there for a train.
It passes, all I see is headlights.
Yep.
Shit.
I have never put it in reverse and got into a parking lot as quick because they didn't give 2 fucks or a damn I was there. They were all just like, whatever. I'm either going over or through, one of the two. Shit, man. Yeah.
Bo Duke that shit.
Did it? Well, some of those train tracks, you could probably do that because they don't maintain the approach well. Just saying.
Dude, I remember there was one set of railroad tracks in town that was so bad I popped a tire on my bike going over them.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, now granted I was fucking flying. Like, this bike, it was beat to hell. It was used when I got it. It was a birthday present. I got it for my 14th or 15th birthday from a friend of mine's parents.
Right.
So they had 2 bikes in the garage that they never fucking used. It was my 15th because it was my freshman year of high school.
You like, I'm going to be all sexy going into high school on my Huffy.
No, honestly, man, I knew nobody would ever steal it because the back tire had this like big like bend in it. Now, it wasn't enough
that you couldn't ride it.
Couldn't ride it, but it was enough that it deterred bike thieves.
Nice. Mm-hmm. It's like an early
And so I
jack.
never changed that tire. I changed the tire, but that rim stayed on there.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Like, you'd see me go and you'd be like, wobble, wobble, wobble. People would be like, dude, why don't you just get a new tire? I'm like, because nobody wants to steal this one.
Right.
I literally forgot my bike lock one day. I just tied it up with a jump rope and it was fine when I got out of school.
And it was kind of a personal vibrator for you, too.
Yes. No, I actually...
Stimulating that prostate from
a friend of
age.
mine was being a dick. And so I'm riding this bike right next to him. And he keeps being a dick. Like, he keeps, like, shoving me and shit like that. And at one point in time, I think he, like, tried to spit on my fucking shoe or something like that. Like, just being a dick.
Yeah.
So I grabbed his handlebars and I rammed him into a tree. I just grabbed his handlebars. He's like, what are you doing? It's like, nothing. He's like, let go. I was like, nope. And I started slowly steering us toward the tree. He's like, Clyde, seriously, no, let go. And we were going. At this point, I just kind of, like, gave him one last nudge and let go. He's like, BAM!
Bye, fucker!
Oh, dude, he hit that fucking tree hard.
Did you ever fuck up and like try to rub somebody's back tire, but do it a little bit too hard, and you go over the fucking handlebars?
No.
I've done that. Yeah, it was not fun. Asphalt does not taste good.
I planted it when I was like 10 years old. I was on a mountain bike that was as tall as I was. I was a short 10-year-old man. And
you were a short 10-year-old man?
Well, yeah. I was a short 10 Well, I was a short 10-year-old man.
He was a short 10-year-old man. So he had a full beard, fucking 12-inch dick.
Anyway, no, when I was 10 years old, I was really, really short. I know my growth spurt tall was in like 8th grade. And so at 10 years old, super short. And for some reason, I end up on this fucking mountain bike that I literally have to like grab the seat, grab the handlebars, put one foot on the pedal, and like kick off, get enough speed, and then just like gonna jump and just swing my leg over the seat. And then every time the pedal was in the downwardmost position, it would leave contact with my foot. So I was just kicking the bike along, basically.
What the fuck, man?
Dude, oh man. Well, I go over this curb. Cool. Try to pop up on the other one. Bike hits just wrong angle. Plant it. And it was right over by the Colonial Mall.
Right.
Where Oakland gets divided by the like a median.
Yep.
Plant it. Now, Oakland is a very heavy traffic road.
Yeah.
Jump back up. Get my bike. Wheel it back across the street.
Ow. Ow.
And I was like, okay, cool. Get another blank spot. Go down. Hit that bump. Hits it at a wrong end. Fucking plant it a second time.
Jesus, dude.
Dude, I did it 3 times. Otherwise, I'd fuck it and I just walked the bike across the road. Because that was a far drop every time.
I almost died. It's my 12th birthday, and all I wanted for my birthday was a mountain bike. So my parents bought me a mountain bike. And this is we were living in a small town. And the small town had one single railroad track that would go through it.
So I was small town. I think I have about like 6 just on my drive to work.
Right.
I live 6 minutes from my job.
So they got me the mountain bike, and I was so stoked. I was like, all right, can we go on a bike ride? I just want to go on a bike ride. So we like started riding around town, whatever. Well, it was obviously too big for me. You know, like I was 12 years old, wasn't that tall, was a little fat pudgy boy, and we're riding around town, and we get to the railroad tracks. Well, as I'm starting to cross the railroad tracks, my dad had yelled at me, hey, there's a train coming. Well, the arms hadn't come down yet, so I was like,
I got this.
As I got to the railroad tracks, this is where I fucked up. Because my parents didn't want me to leave their sight while I was riding. And so I was crossing the tracks. He yelled at me that the train was coming, so I stopped. Well, when I stopped, the arms came down. And I'm like, fuck! And I'm looking over.
My bike!
And I'm like trying to and I had to lean it over so that way I wouldn't fall off the motherfucker. And so I'm like trying to kick backwards, trying to get off the railroad tracks. Yeah. It was like, And I looked at my parents, I was like, why did you have me stop? Why?
It was their fault.
'Cause, boy, we can make another one that looks just like you. Fuck you. Yeah, whatever. That was my first near-death experience.
I was watching a comedian. He was talking about how it's like at a certain point in your life you get so fat where if you drop something you kind of decide, do I really need those?
I'll buy another.
Just drop your car keys. Well, I guess I'm getting a new car.
I'll buy another.
Bye, baby. Mommy and Daddy are gonna have to make another one.
I'm sure some firemen will come by and pick this up. Dude, I started watching. I don't know how. I think I just happened to land on the channel in the garage, and I was working on something, but it happened to be like My 600-Pound Life. And now, my history with My 600-Pound Life, number one, was SS Ton of Fun that used to live in town that was 900 pounds until she started to drop the weight so that she could be on My 600-Pound Life, and died subsequently during that time, which there was joyous renderings on all of our radios at the time. everyone that heard that she died literally cheered on the radios because she was that shitty person that was 700 pounds and could walk but chose not to. Yeah. I've told this story before. Found a remote control in one of her folds one time we took her in, and she had already gotten a new one because she didn't know where her old one was. Gross.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Found a washcloth that she had lost in one of her folds too, and it was green. It was white when it started.
I used to
Wait. Just saying. Hold on. So I started watching My 600-Pound Life by accident in the garage. And I felt bad for some of them at the beginning.
And then she came on.
No, she died before she got on the show. But about the time that they had the surgery and then they started bitching because they couldn't eat what they wanted, I was like, nope, still hate you. That's my... Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, fair enough.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, the reason what I was going to say was when I was in high school, there was a thing called Tech Academy.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if where you went to school they had something similar or if you ended up going through our school district for it.
No, I just worked in the shop all the time.
Oh, okay.
I was my own tech academy.
Well, I was actually going through firefighting because at the time I wanted to be a firefighter. And I would still love to be a firefighter, but that's not going to fucking happen.
Did the wife already veto that?
No. I've come to terms with the fact that I do not have a firefighter's build. Dude,
I've seen some
like
firefighters skinnier than you, man.
6 foot tall, 170 pounds, not muscle.
I'm still saying I've seen firefighters skinnier than you, so...
But, one of the trainers in the class that I was in, I'm not going to say his first name, but I'll say... Actually, I won't say his last name, but I'll say his first name because it's very common. Tim.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We've talked about him before.
Yeah. He was telling me a story once about what he hated the most about... Because they'd have like a Q&A at the end of the week. And of course, there was a bunch of dipshit fucking high school kids that would bring up stupid shit.
What's the worst call you've ever had?
Well, it was supposed to be like a Q&A about the stuff we had covered that week.
Right.
But of course, they would always ask stupid questions, like exactly like, what was the worst call you ever went on? What was the best call? And one of the kids asked her like, what is the worst part about being a firefighter? And he was like, well,
fat people.
Well, what he said. Now you remember this guy? He was kind of a dick. Good guy, yeah. Great firefighter, kind of a dick.
Dick extraordinaire.
Well, he was like
on the spectrum of dicks. He was like
a 10.
Yeah, a good 12 inches flaccid.
He was like, well, aside from the fact that, there are more heart attacks in firefighting than any other first responder, and the fact that the life expectancy of a firefighter is something like 52, and he was like 49 at the time or something like that. Yeah. He was like, the worst part is when you get ridiculous calls. Like, well, what do you mean by ridiculous calls? He's like, well, the most ridiculous call I ever went on was a 700-pound woman. That's I'm kind of wondering if it was her.
The same one.
Got stuck in her recliner.
Probably the same one.
And he was like, now, I don't have a problem helping somebody get up. I really don't. But she didn't have clothes on. No, I was the most physically fit, so I had to literally bear hug her and pull her out of this recliner.
That's when you go back to the firehouse and wash your gear and bleach. You're not supposed to do that, but fuck it. There was actually a dude that I had to tap a firefighter on the shoulder, and he didn't get what I was trying to say. But I went to his captain. I was like, "You got to get your fireman up off the fucking floor." This dude called for chest pain, and he was a bigger guy, maybe like 400, 500 pounds, something like that. So, you got weight. That's probably where your pain's coming from, but you still have to treat it the same. Well, this firefighter was on both of his knees in front of this guy's recliner trying to get a set of vitals as we were walking in. And I walked up, asked what was going on, looked down, and you could see the bed bugs on this guy, like, climbing out of his shirt and, like, walking across, and I was like trying to get this firefighter up off the floor because don't fucking kneel in those things. In fact, pro tip,
dude, they will get all over you, man, and then it's fucking everywhere.
Yeah, it'll fuck up your firehouse. It'll fuck up your ambulance barn, whatever. If you get
we just had a
bed bugs.
furniture store in town closed because they had a bed bug infestation.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah.
You know, and the fucked up thing is, within my career in EMS, bed bugs weren't a thing until like 2 years ago, and now they're fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
In fact, it was to the point where if we went to a house where they knew they had bed bugs, I would actually take duct tape and duct tape my pant legs closed so that way they couldn't get up my off my boots. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just. But yeah, and he was fucking oblivious to it, and you could see these. I mean, these things were big enough. If you had some floss, you could have fucking tied a little leash on these motherfuckers and walked them around the house like, "Hey, little buddy, how you doing?" Yeah.
I named this one Hector, and this one's Jim.
Jose.
That one's over there. His name is Jerome.
Yeah.
Name them.
Everybody has to like pay attention. I think one of the grossest ones, and this was a larger person too. She was not super large, 400 pounds, but she was a paraplegic that basically let her trailer house go to shit, but she still lived in it. Like, let me paint you a nice little picture here. So in one of the local trailer parks, she had a trailer and had a nice big sliding glass window. Well, the only problem was the nice big sliding glass window had boxes upon boxes upon boxes stacked up in front of it. So you couldn't go through that to get her to her bedroom. Because, I mean, why would you have an open area to go directly into the bedroom when you could go through a front door with a rickety-ass wheelchair ramp? And once you got inside, the bugs in the kitchen were just like looking at you like, "Hey, Bob, how you doing? Good to see you again." And the floors, the hallway to her bedroom from the kitchen, had holes big enough that I could fall through. Yeah. That they just like put a couple of 2x4s over. It's like, what the fuck? You got back to the bedroom, and once this was my story. I had never dealt with this person before, but I was warned from somebody who had that pay attention and, you know, make sure there are no new holes so we don't like lose the cot and the patient into the underside of this trailer house. I was like, okay. So I went in with my flashlight. I'm like looking, and they've got the floors covered with plywood, whatever. I get into the bedroom, and as soon as I shine the flashlight on this
found a hole
hospital bed, like this is an old hospital bed, like still had the cranks and shit, and like gross plastic mattress on it. As soon as I shined it on the plastic mattress, 6 cockroaches came out of a hole in the corner and just like nope.
That's what I was gonna say was, in my adult life, there are 2 things that to this day I cannot stand to have in my house.
Spam and beets.
No.
Okay.
I was talking about living things.
Okay, all right.
I mean, does spam count?
Yes. Yes, it does.
No, cockroaches and fleas.
Yeah.
No, not happening. Like, if I even suspect that, let's say I had a friend over and then I see a roach after, they're not coming back to my house.
Right.
I don't care how good of friends we are. You're not coming back to my house. Sorry. But,
especially if they look at you like Men in Black 2. Damn decent of you. And just fucking scare off.
But no, mostly because growing up, I live in shitty apartments in Chicago and then shitty houses in town. And growing up, there was always some kind of infestation.
Yeah.
In the houses I lived in. Always. Mm-hmm. Always was. Because either neighbors bombed or you just lived in a bad neighborhood where everybody fucking
the
had
neighbor
them.
gets bombed and then everything moves to another house.
Exactly. And even in town, in some of the neighborhoods that I lived in, the houses were right on top of each other. I mean, I told you I lived over on Edward Street.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, now 90% of the houses are getting torn down, but
right.
At the time, they were like right next to each other.
Or just catching fire.
That was the one that caught on fire big. Was actually the house next door to mine.
Really?
The big one on the 1200 block.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
So many shootings I've worked on that street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adventures, kids. Adventures.
Let's play heroin or coke.
Let's play who's selling what.
But anyway,
Drugs or bodies. Let's be honest.
When my grams fell and hit her head and we had to move her to a nursing home, my best friend was actually, we were made a deal with the landlord because we all knew she wasn't coming out of the nursing home.
Right.
We all knew. She didn't.
Yeah.
She was just completely denial about it. But we made a deal with the landlord who owned the home because she was buying a contract for deed that he would re-sign a new contract with me with the price of what was remaining on what she had paid.
Okay.
So,
right.
I mean, that wasn't a bad deal.
I'm
Things
guessing
fell through and
yeah.
things fell through and I didn't keep the house. But he
Why
was
would you? It's on Edward Street.
Oh no, at that point in time we lived on Monroe.
Oh, okay.
We lived on
Right.
1500 block of Monroe, right down the store from that little quick stop.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But it wasn't a horrible neighbor. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't horrible. But anyways, I remember one time he comes, he's like, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to set off a couple more foggers, because, I mean, we had probably launched probably a half a dozen a day for like 4 days straight.
Right.
So, I mean, we were getting up into the mid-20s, almost 30s at this point in time. And,
what was it for? Cockroaches? Or?
cockroaches.
Yeah.
She had after I'd moved out, after she kicked me out when I was 18.
Okay.
I was 19 by the time I went back and was trying to get this all situated and figured out. Well, sorry, I'm trying to find my train of thought. I was 19 by the time I had gone back. Well, this house was just horrid. And
right.
Real bad infestation. Like, she had kept my dog, the one I have now. She would just let my dog go in the basement. That is the hardest thing in the world, is to break a dog of a habit they have had for over a year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so breaking my dog,
Trust me, I know.
Oh yeah, breaking a dog of going in the house. There were some days I would get home and just kind of look at my living room and be like, I want to beat this dog, but I know it's not her fault.
Yeah. That's what it's like with my little pit bull, because since she was either kept in a kennel or tied up outside before I rescued her, yeah, she'll leave me little presents. I'm like,
yeah,
my house was nice. What the fuck are you doing? You're sweet, but stop.
Yeah.
Fucking stop.
Well, I remember one time he went over there with some more foggers, and he walked in to set them off. And now, we'd always ever done it during the day. Well, it was late one night, and he was like, I'm going to go do it real quick. I'm going to go set them off, try to kill as many as possible, while they're out all scurrying around.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay, good idea. Well, I got off work that next morning at like 5 a.m. and I come home and he's just sitting there looking at the TV, like blank stare. Like, it could have been snow on the TV. Like, it could have been white noise. And I was like, hey, Dallas? Yeah. You all right, man? No. What happened? He's like, got in the house. The living room didn't have a light. Okay. So I walked through the house into the kitchen, where I turned on the light and I was about to set up the foggers. I turned around, I looked up, and along the entire top of the cabinet were roaches just staring at me. I was like, oh God. He's like, they knew why I was there. I was like, that's terrifying. He's like, I thought they were going to start jumping on me. No, man.
Hey, landlord, come out to play.
Oh
Yeah.
man, like they would have messed him up.
My
dude.
old partner and me, every time we got a bed bug call, because you have to fucking decon everything. Because once you transport a patient with bed bugs, you have to let the hospital know. Number one,
Because
then you have
they can burrow into fucking crevices in your skin. I mean, like,
yeah, you gotta
get into the folds in your legs, all that shit, man.
you gotta fucking let dispatch know. Hey, I had a fucking a bed bug call. We're gonna be out of service. You know, because it doesn't matter. I mean, you can burrito a patient as much as you want. Like, double wrap
They'll
that
scurry.
shit.
They'll get out of there.
Yeah.
Somehow.
So, what we would do is the company that I had, they would buy bed bug bombs from the dollar store. And, like, literally, like I said, my old partner was a fucking Marine. So, we'd get all our shit out of there, like, wipe it down as best we could with cleaning wipes. And then we just fucking
take it to a parking lot. Bombs away! Chuck it in.
Not even that. Just the fucking, like, the barn that we would store the ambulance in. And be like, open the door! Clear! Breach! Throw! And then close the doors.
Reverse!
Yeah, so we just, like, we would literally, like, throw it in like a grenade. Like, fuck that shit. And we'd always come back in scrubs. And it always seemed like it was wintertime. They were like, well, how soon are you going to be back up? I don't know. All my clothes are in the washer because I've got to fucking kill these little bastards that are crawling around, that I think are crawling around.
I still feel them on my skin.
And I'm wearing scrubs and it's 30 degrees. How long do you think? Let the dryer do its thing, dickhead. Yeah, that sucks, man. The fucking cockroaches are gross. Bed bugs are gross. All little manner of little tiny crawly things are
Honestly,
kind of gross.
there's one that I don't mind. I don't like it when they bite me.
Spiders?
Yeah, I like spiders.
Well, they kill most other things. So.
Yeah, honestly, okay. Everybody I hang out with hates spiders, it seems like, man. Like, my Norse buddy.
Turns into a little bitch.
Oh, man, dude, he fucking hates spiders. And I understand, he's an arachnophobe.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like, he's literally got a fear of spiders. Okay, I get that. He shouldn't have told me that. But
how many plastic spiders have you thrown at him?
Oh, none. When he's not paying attention.
How many
like,
real spiders have you thrown?
No, I won't do that to him, man. No, when he's not paying attention, I'll, like, tickle the back of his neck.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll be like, dude, the fuck was that? And I was like, oh, dude, there's a spider on. He's like, don't fucking play with me.
That just gives you an option to, like, smack the back of his neck.
Actually, this morning at work, he works third shift since I work first. I come in after him.
Right.
And he's sitting in a chair over in the maintenance department because he works maintenance. I work in the foundry. And kind of walk over to him when he's not paying attention. I just walk up and I just, like, tickle the back of his neck real light. And, like, he jerked. He was
You're
like,
a dick.
Dude, he was like, he's like, oh, you. I was like, yeah, it's me.
Even worse than that is just go up to him and go, hey, you do know, statistically speaking, you eat 12 spiders a year in your sleep. You're welcome. I have actually had to, now this is gross, remove a cockroach from an ear canal.
Oh, that's gross. I actually woke up in the process of one crawling in my ear when I was like 11 years old.
The cockroach?
Yeah.
That is not a good kind of roach. The other one comes from Mexico or California. One of the two.
Or Andre.
Yeah.
I like Andre.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. And somebody said they could hear buzzing in their ear, so I, like, shined my flashlight in there. I could see his little fucking back legs and wings and shit. So I got out my forceps and I was like, all right, well, this is going to be a little uncomfortable, and just... Yeah, that was fun. And the little guy was still like, yeah.
Did they freak out?
No, they were like, oh, I guess we got a bomb again. Fuck. Like, you nasty.
Just
You
bomb
clean.
again? Dude, if they're so adventurous as to crawl into your ear, they've been around. You knew they were there.
Right? Yeah, no shit.
What is it? The rule of thumb I've asked amongst most exterminators is if you see one on the floor, there are 1,000 on the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm
That's
good.
the way it is here with ants.
See,
Ants
I don't
are
mind
bitches.
ants.
I hate ants. Like, that's the only thing I have to worry about here at my house is ants.
I don't mind ants. No, I don't want them in my house. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if I find ants in my house, I'll bomb. But I know some people that don't even want them on their property. I'm like, You know, that's like literally impossible.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to. Yeah, like I actually sprayed the outside of my house last year, which actually helped a heck of a lot. But we had to stop recording one day because I found a whole bunch of ants just crawling on my desk. I'm like, where'd you little bastards come from, fuckers?
What was I read somewhere that there are more ants in a single anthill than there are humans on the planet.
It's because they do a lot of fucking, and they don't live very long.
I was reading one of those text messages between angels and God.
Mm-hmm.
And it was he's like, okay, put its nose on its head. I'm like, okay, give it 6 legs. All right, no, make it strong enough to lift 100 times their own body weight. Oh my God, what are these things you're making? He's like, wait. No, make them tiny. They're like, why? He's like, because they're going to be so strong and so small.
That's fucking good. Yeah. All right, I'm going to take a second here, and I'm going to fucking promote one thing, because we got to sell the t-shirts.
Okay.
Buy our t-shirts.
Illuminati.
$13, guys.
Subliminal messaging.
All right, here's the deal. I will sell them to you $13 shipped or $9 and you pay shipping, because that's about the same.
They're guaranteed to make you more attractive to the opposite sex. Or the same sex.
Yes, go buy our shirts. Email us 107offduty@gmail.com or get us on Facebook or Twitter at 10-7offduty and let us know, because we have larges, extra larges, and mediums left.
Guaranteed to make you 100% more attractive to flamingos.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The guaranteed. Go to the zoo with it on. You'll find out.
Either that or...
I haven't slept very much the last couple days, dude.
I mean, you can sleep in them if you want. Come on now. $13 for a t-shirt?
It's not bad.
No, not at all. All right.
And like we said, we can't make any more cooler t-shirts until we get rid of these.
My favorite thing was Level Zero, the guys that I talk about that have an awesome Facebook page and make some cool morale patches, and they have a new challenge coin up, which is awesome. They actually mentioned a waffle stomp the other day, so
fuck yeah. We gotta make that a t-shirt, dude. Wait, did they reference us when they did it?
just waffle stomp. I was like, I don't know, but
I really hope I really hope that's from us.
So go buy our t-shirts, and hopefully we can make some more, because I know a lot of you people listen to us every week, and by you people I mean our
off-duty
wonderful people. No duty. The only duty in this duty is my duty.
Off-dutyers. I really do have to brainstorm and come up with a better name.
That sucks. You're a special princess, and I love you anyway.
Oh. He called me a princess.
But we were talking before we started recording about cats, because Clyde has cats because his wife wanted cats.
Yeah, we had one, and she wanted another, so we negotiated and got 2 more. And
that was not a renegotiation.
I'm not good at this. All right.
I have one. He fucks with my feet and the mic stands every time we do this recently.
He looks like a potato.
A couple of years ago, I had a mouse in the house and in the garage. Same mouse. I named him Spartan Mouse, and I could not get rid of him. I named him Spartan Mouse because at the time I was building my my body armor, and I was getting like all my gear set up on my body armor to take to work, because we were all worried about, getting shot and shit like that.
Yeah, that was a whole fiasco amongst first responders for a while.
So I ordered a Star of Life that had the Spartan helmet on it, and it was a glow-in-the-dark Spartan helmet. So that
easy target.
That's why I wanted to put it in center mass, so that it'd shoot me where I knew I had armor.
Okay.
So bought that, had it in a little
kind of like the Punisher skull in the old Punisher comic book characters.
Yes.
Where he had the skull on his bulletproof vest.
Yes, exactly. And actually, the fucked up thing is my Army Ranger buddy, he was carrying his body armor from the Army, but his plate, like where he wanted them to shoot, was a tear off from a claymore that was red. So he had this big red plate that said pull before use right over his body armor. I was like, well, at least they know where they're going to aim at, because they're going to aim for the bright color, so.
Yeah. Claymore, man, you're not going to shoot through that thing.
He didn't have the mine, he just had the plate.
Well, I know, I'm saying the plate. You're not going to shoot through that plate.
Right, yeah. So I had this little glow in the dark Star Alive was in a shipping envelope, and I had it sitting on my kitchen window because I hadn't done anything with it yet. Spartan Mouse ate through it, pulled the Star of Life, glow-in-the-dark Star of Life, out of the package and onto my countertop and ate around the edges of it. So I named him Spartan Mouse. I'm like, if your little bastard ass wants to pull that thing out and start chewing on it, you are a Spartan Mouse. And then he would...
You have earned your place here.
And I would put traps out, and every day, every single trap would be triggered, but nothing was in it. Like,
what was it? Maybe like a year or two ago, I'm sitting on my back porch smoking a cigarette, and I'm just kicking it because I had to go to work later that day. I worked second shift. I was like 10 a.m. or something like that. Just sitting there, had a cup of coffee in hand. I happened to glance over, and there were two birds fighting. They were fighting over a piece of food. And dude, shit you not, it was a full-grown pigeon and a sparrow. Dude, that sparrow was getting it though, man. Like, that pigeon was getting his shit kicked in.
no shit.
Oh, dude, man, that thing was a little warrior. Like, I even put something on Facebook about it. I was like, that thing earned its food today. Even if you die, you will dance in the halls of Valhalla. Like, he earned that food. Man. Now I got a woodpecker outside my house. I can't get rid of the fucking thing.
Bet you like that.
Yeah.
Pecking on your wood all the time.
Dude, no, man. It took me like 20 minutes to figure out what the fuck it was. I'm sitting outside and it goes ding 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 ding. The fuck is that? Ding 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 ding. The fuck? Ding 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 ding. Finally, I'm like looking up in the trees, like, what the fuck is that little shit? And I see this like bird. It kind of like pops out, looks at me, and I'm like, ding 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 ding.
It's nature's jackhammer.
Jesus. I feel like now I know how the characters from Woody Woodpecker feel.
Nature's jackhammer operator right there, man.
Shoot it. And it's illegal to discharge a firearm inside city limits.
Not if it's a BB gun.
I own a 22. It's kind of the same.
A little more umph. Get the CO2 cartridge one.
Just get one of the Daisy pump ones. This is like,
you're gonna shoot your eye out.
poof, poof, poof. And every grown man has done it. Pumped it to the point where they're like afraid they're gonna break it on that last pump.
You're like, whatever cartridge this is pumping up is going to go through my skull. Somebody help me. I need some iPro. Help. Maybe a vice grip. I don't know. I have a woodpecker.
I would love to shoot somebody with a BB gun like that.
No, you wouldn't.
I'm talking about like if they were like broken my house.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just like pick some random kid walking on and be like, hey, Merry Christmas. Pow!
My friends that I was telling you about last episode, the one where I was friends with brothers and popped the guy in the face because he called me an asshole. One of them shot me with a BB gun, and I had to pop the BB gun out like it was a little pimple.
When my little brother and I used to walk back and forth to school, and we used to walk to our buddy Luke's house. And Luke had an older brother named Thomas. And we were all really good buddies. All right. Well, Thomas wasn't in school anymore. I think he like dropped out and started doing something else. And we used to walk back and forth. We used to walk to Luke's house and walk to school, and walk Luke home and walk home ourselves. You know, did that every day for like first 2 years of high school. Well, one day, my little brother and Luke are like talking shit to each other. And my little brother did something to Luke. And so we had come to terms with the fact that Luke would get his revenge by my little brother allowing him to shoot him with his airsoft rifle.
All right. I'm down.
Perfectly reasonable revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Justin was like, all right, yeah, I'm game. I'll take it.
And
well, he's sitting there and he has his arm rolled up because he's getting a shot in his arm. He's sitting there. He's got his kind of tucked over a little bit, so he doesn't get hit in the face. And Luke's standing about, 20, 25 feet away from him. And he's like, all right, man, you ready? He's like, yeah, I'm ready. He's like, all right, dude, I'm going to pull the trigger. I mean, I don't have any safety glasses, so man, maybe if you want to, close your eyes, dude, that would probably be a good idea. And he's like, yeah, I'll close my eyes. He shuts his eyes. He's, squeezing him shut as hard as he can because he's about to get popped. And Luke, he was not a nimble guy, but he was so fucking quiet. He, tiptoe ran up to him until the barrel was a half inch away from his skin. It was, BOP! Oh man, dude, I thought his skin jumped into the barrel when it recoiled. Oh dude, it got him bad. He had a bruise the size of a baseball on his arm for 3 days.
You ever got hit with a fucking paintball?
Yes.
Without any armor on, it hits a vulnerable spot.
It hit my finger, my trigger finger. They actually, yeah, it was down to 2 guys and myself. It was actually, I was going with my best friend at the time, his dad, and then his half brother and me were on another team. That was half brother was this kid named Teddy. Wasn't a bad kid, but he was spoiled fucking rotten.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, dude, fucking 12 years old and turn on the tears instantly to get what he wanted.
Pussy.
Yeah, one of those kids. And he wore a goddamn parka to the paintball arena. And I'm over here with 2 t-shirts and a hoodie. Yeah. And I'm about to get fucked up. Whatever. Well, somehow I got my best friend out. His name is, I called him Wee Man.
Okay.
And not the Wee Man. That was just his nickname. And he was real short up until high school. And he got tall. Still shorter than me.
Taller.
But anyway, somehow I got a lucky shot off and got him out. It was either me or Teddy. One of us got him out. Whatever.
Right.
So we're like, okay, we got Bob. We could take Bob. Dude, Bob lit Teddy up. Jesus. So I was like, okay, run to that tree over there. He's like, okay. He gets up because he's got a parka on. He looks like the kid from fucking Christmas Story. His arms sticking straight out, trying to run.
I can't put my arms down.
Dude,
you're gonna shoot your eye out.
Lit up, man. He got about 4 feet into his ear. Oh man, he lit that kid up. Something tells me that living with that kid annoyed Bob more than it did Wee Man.
I went paintballing with a couple of buddies of mine, and it was just at a friend's farm or whatever, and they had this play place. It had an enclosed slide. It had a jungle gym, whatever. So we were we're climbing around on this stuff, hiding behind vehicles and stuff, crappy vehicles and stuff, hiding behind sheds, and like you said, I had a fucking hoodie on. That's about it. Hoodie and blue jeans. We were having a lot of fun, and I was having a lot of fun, till my buddy snuck up to where I was sniping from and shot me in the dick. That sucked. If you have never taken a paintball to the dick, don't.
No. But here's the best part.
You want to see a bruise.
The best part about the story was not the fact that he lit up a 10-year-old. Okay. No, 10 or 12. Something like that. Not the fact that he lit up a kid. The fact that I saw where the rounds came from, where the paintballs came from. So I dipped behind on the other side. I'm like, I got him.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I raise my hand to shoot him, this motherfucker changes levels, moves, grabs his gun by the barrel, shoots me. Now, this was a lucky shot. He got my trigger finger. I dropped my goddamn paintball gun.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man, it hurt so much. And the second I dropped it, I got 2 in the chest and 1 in the side of the head.
Oh.
Found out after that he was ex-military. I was like, oh, man, I guess he was in the Army back in the day.
Got
and
me.
dude, he knew exactly where I was. He knew exactly what I was going to do. Man, he played me hard that day. Like, I was like, he got me.
Yeah, my little incident turned my purple-headed dragon into a real purple-headed dragon for a couple of days.
What was it?
Have you ever tried to piss glass? That's what it was like.
I was watching a comedian. He was talking about the click it or ticket laws.
Uh-huh.
Evidently, he knew somebody who had gotten into a car wreck, and because they weren't wearing the seatbelt, somehow they not only shattered their pelvis on the bottom of the steering wheel, but it made the tip of his penis explode.
Oh.
And he was like, just saying, lawmakers, instead of saying click it or ticket, how about click it or your dick's gonna pop? I mean, it doesn't rhyme, but I guarantee every male in the state is gonna have a seatbelt on after that.
My worst fear in life is having to use a catheter to pee. I think we actually talked about this when we were talking about Johnny Knoxville, because Johnny Knoxville broke his dick and for like a couple of years had to use a catheter to pee. But I can only imagine being required to shove something up your pee hole just to urinate would be awful. I can't imagine.
Did you ever watch Blue Mountain State?
No, I can't say I have.
Dude, you got to check it out. I don't know if it's still on Netflix or not. If you have, it's a football comedy. It's a football, I guess, stoner comedy, and it came out when I was in high school.
If football and stoner mix, what's that make it?
Great.
Okay.
At one point in time, they're all just fucked to hell on drugs, like fucked to hell, and the captain of the football team was a fucking idiot. It's just like,
as most are.
the only way we can beat the piss test that's coming up, because I mean, the team has like every drug you can think of in their system amongst them all. And the only way we can pass the piss test is with oil changes. Like, what's an oil change?
I think you were telling me about that.
It's where they would piss, then they would take a catheter with a giant syringe, insert it, and then inject clean piss up through their dick into their bladder. Yeah!
No.
I don't know if that is scientifically accurate at all, but it sounded horrible.
I can't imagine how much pain that would be.
Dude, it was so funny because while he was demonstrating it, like they gave like a lower knee shot, so like give the impression he was standing there buck ass fucking naked in front of his whole team. He's just like, it's as easy as this. He goes, first you pee, you piss. He's like, then you take the catheter and insert it all the way in.
Oh my god, no!
Then you take the clean pee and you attach it to the end of the catheter and you insert
Oh
it.
my god, no!
Then you're done. And he like takes it out and then he just grabs it and just rips it out. He's like, whoosh. And he's like, that's an oil change, fellas. And the guys are just looking at him like, oh my god, no, we're not doing that.
No! I quit the team. I'm done. No, thank you. Did I ever tell you my rectal tube story?
If this is gonna be do anything with duty, don't do it.
It does, and I am.
All right.
Okay. So,
He has me taped to the chair right now, so I literally cannot leave.
I mean, you could, but you want to hear this.
I don't.
You do. So,
dude, we are so way off topic. Like, I'm not even sure what the fuck we're talking about.
not
today.
me neither. It's okay.
We have none of this written down. We're just
fucking,
bullshitting.
We'll figure it
this
the
is
fuck
usually
out.
garage talk.
Yeah. This is gonna be my EMS story for you for the night.
Ooh.
So, if you have problems with poop, especially if you're senile.
I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Clyde just failed twice.
Three times if you count the miss grab.
Okay. So they have this thing that is for people that are elderly, that are senile, and normally it's for people with C. diff. Now, C. diff is a bacteria in your pooper.
Your stool. My son's actually had C. diff.
Ugh.
Yeah. And here's a fun fact about C. diff. Once you have C. diff, it's way easier to get it again.
Yes, it is. Now, you know what a catheter is?
Well, we were just talking about them.
A rectal tube is a catheter for your poop chute. So it's literally a tube that goes all the way up and into your rectum, and it has...
So it's a suppository assistant.
With a bag on it.
Ooh.
So like an actual catheter. Like
Ew.
a catheter that you would strap to your leg. This goes up your butthole, and it has a little balloon on it, and it gets filled up with air to keep it in place. They normally have the person on some sort of a laxative to keep it from clogging. So all of the poop will go into a satchel. All right. Now this is where my story gets weird.
Sounds like a colostomy bag.
Ish, but not surgically implanted.
Yeah, my grandma's had one years and years and years ago.
So, I went to go take a discharge to a nursing home, and the guy had a rectal tube in. Now, the nurse that was dealing with this patient...
Now, what's this tube made out of? Please don't say glass.
Oh, no, it's like plastic or
Okay.
some sort of silicone, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, not painful whatsoever. Now, this guy, unfortunately, had dementia, had C. diff, so he had...
As soon as you're done, I have a question for you, and I guarantee you're going to get a chuckle out of this one.
All right.
Okay.
Now, they had this in because he had C. diff, and of course he was on some sort of a laxative, whatever. And I asked the nurse, I said, okay, well, what orders is he going back with? Is he keeping the catheter in? Yes. Okay, well, what about the rectal tube? Well, it doesn't say. So she decides, well, if it doesn't say that he keeps the rectal tube, she was going to take it out. Now, she assumed that because a catheter has X amount of air in the balloon, that the rectal tube would have X amount of air in the balloon. So she took 10 cc's of air out. And she goes to pull the rectal tube out. She's like, it's kind of... I don't know. It's
Oh,
coming.
God.
It's coming. It's coming. As soon as it hit his sphincter, it went. As it came out, I went. And I lost it. I had to leave the room, and she was like, "Oh, I guess it had 20 cc's of air in it." I'm like, oh my God! I'm so glad he had dementia, so he didn't know what was going on. But as he went out, it was almost like he came. He just went. Oh, like, it's so bad. No,
Oh, that poor guy, man. Oh,
I felt
that's
bad
messed
for him.
up.
My partner almost puked on him as it came out. Like, she was helping to roll him over and hold him while she pulled it out. As soon as it made that sound, she went. She had to leave. That was part of my issue. As I was like, not only was the sound funny, not only was his reaction funny, but my partner's reaction was priceless.
Oh man,
I was like, it would only have made it better if my partner had projectile vomited on the nurse as it was coming out. That would have been so good.
yucky.
I have a sick sense of humor. I'm so sorry, guys. I know, I'm gross. All right, so what's your question?
All right. In the history of medicine, what is, in your opinion, the worst medical treatment you have ever heard that was standardized?
Oh man, I would love to be like an old-timey doctor, like just drunk as fuck, going, "You got ghosts in your blood. We're gonna have to let it out." That would be perfect.
Do you know what mine is?
Here's some medicine with some cocaine and marijuana and alcohol and everything else in it.
The reason I'm picking the one I have is because it was not too long ago they were doing this. Evidently, maybe 20, well, maybe probably more than 20, 30, 40 years ago, when football players would get too overheated on college teams and high school teams even, they would literally take this giant ice cube and shove it up their ass to cool them down, to cool off their core.
Yeah, that's not
That
a good
sounds
thing.
fucking horrible.
That will send you into shock quicker than fuck.
Well, they wouldn't leave it in there all day.
No, but like if you have somebody that's overheated and you cool them down too quick, it'll send the body into shock.
That's probably why they stopped doing it.
Probably. I mean, nobody likes a seizing football player with an icicle sticking out of their butt.
Especially because you still gotta, like, get it out.
Can you imagine the lubrication that would provide? That man had to poop. It was coming out.
Oh.
I love in the Civil War, if you got a fucking bullet somewhere, they were just going to saw your fucking bone off.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
mean,
They actually make a reference to that in a kid's movie.
really?
Atlantis, the Lost Empire.
Okay.
Yeah, Cookie, the doctor.
Yeah.
He, I think his name was Cookie. No, Cookie was the chef. Sweet, Dr. Sweet. But he had
Anyway.
a saw. He had a saw. Then he was like, that he shows to Milo Thatch in the when they first meet. And he's like, "Yep, see this bad boy? Newest on the line. Saw through a femur in 10 seconds."
Oh, God. Fuck. Alright, we gotta finish this shit up, whatever the fuck we just did.
Not sure.
We wasted an hour just in talking about mice and bugs and
Poopy.
poop. Everything comes to poop. You guys are welcome.
I was going to advertise this on my Facebook. I am not sure.
Yeah, so send us your best poo stories, guys.
Free shirt.
Maybe not free. I'm poor right now.
I'll pay for it, dude. Come on.
Okay, all right. Got a couple of things that, we have to do. And
Actually, that would be pretty cool.
what?
Send us the funniest story you have. Email to us something. And the one that makes us laugh the most, we'll pick the top 3 that made us laugh, read them on the air, and the one that wins, we'll send you a shirt.
I'm good with that.
Sound good?
I'm very good with that.
Yeah. Start have like a little competition or something like that.
Hell yeah.
What do you guys think?
Because we
Let us
want to
know.
hear from you because
Exactly.
we
Just
want to
send us
know
an
that you
email,
still like us and listen.
Send us an email. Tell us your funniest story. Could be anything, not just poop.
Yeah.
Could be anything. Funniest call you've ever been on. Funniest story you have in general. Me, personally, kids crack me up. I don't like most kids, but kids crack me up. So, there you go. That helps you out.
Also, make sure you go check out the GoFundMe for Allie Collins for the bone cancer kid, because you should do that and do something positive so it's not just about poop and bugs.
Just call her bone cancer kid.
I mean, I don't know her name. She never said the name. Go on GoFundMe, look up Allie Collins, or search Allie Collins, and there's a child with bone cancer that could really use help for a 5K.
She could.
So do that. Also go see our friends at Level Zero because they have awesome challenge coins now that I really like and I really want one. And yeah. And our friends at Medic Element, use the discount code MEDIC18 and buy one get one free on stickers. And I don't know, tag your least favorite truck that you deal with. It's perfect. You get one sticker for you and then get one that says like Narcan All-Star and then just tag a truck at the hospital and then leave so they never know who did it. And if you like coffee, go check out blackriflecoffee.com and use the discount code 107OFFDUTY and get 15% off your order. And go check out Level Zero's coffee from them, GCS 16. And email us and Facebook us. We gave you the email and Facebook earlier. 107offduty@gmail.com. Or if you are on Facebook or Twitter, 10-7offduty. What do you think, Clyde?
Sounds good.
All right, do that and send us the shit so we can send you a free shirt if we like your shit enough.
Yeah.
Right?
Sounds good.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.